So how are you staking out the place?
So her house is just like, uh, is it like next door to others? Is it next to other buildings? I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is a really shitty residential district. All the houses here are kind of shacks, more than houses, really.
Yeah.
But they're all kind of built on top of and next to each other.
Uh, I think I'm thinking I'll hang out across the street from it
Okay.
and kind of just keep an eye. I don't know if there's like an alley, but more like
Oh yeah, there's an alley.
probably if like what would be the closest alley like across the street to her house?
Um, there would be an alley around there. Yeah.
Okay, I hang out there.
Okay. So roll me an alertness covert check.
5.
So, yeah, you see her eventually, and not all that long after your conversation, leave the building. She looks over in your direction for a second. Roll me a charisma perception check.
Charisma's perception. Okay. 8.
Okay. You're not sure, but she pauses for a second and looks in your direction. And then she begins to move away.
All right. Well, I'm debating about following her or going into her place. Uh, I'll follow her for the time being.
Alright. So she begins walking across floor 5. It's taking her a while. And then you notice she's actually going downstairs.
Hmm. Okay.
Are you following?
Uh. So did hmm. I'll follow.
Alright. You follow her downstairs. And she goes down to floor 4, then down to floor 3, then down to floor 2, and she gets off on floor 2.
All right.
And she begins walking down the streets and walking down towards, this really shitty looking group of shacks. Everything's really, really quite bad here on floor 2. She goes down an alleyway and turns into a house. And she opens up the door and enters the house.
Hmm. Okay. Uh. Is there a window or not?
Um, it's not unreasonable. Sure, there's a window.
Okay. I'd like to see if I can peer into it.
Alright, roll alertness perception.
4. Wow.
Well, you can't really see anything because the uh the windows are so smudged up.
All right. I'm gonna go back to the across the street and stake out again.
Alright. Some hours pass and then you see her exit the building. And she's carrying with her a bag. Seems to be full of something heavy.
Okay.
And she begins roll me a alertness covert again.
16.
Alright. And you follow her and she goes back up to floor 5.
Does she have to go through any guard checks or
Yep, she goes through the security checkpoints just like anyone else would.
they don't like do like baggage checks, right?
No, well they do. They look. You see them look in, and then they wave her through.
Hmm. Okay. I guess I'll continue to follow her.
All right. So she goes up to floor 5, and you see her enter the merchant district. And she meets someone at a table who is a bean bean person, bizarrely enough, and she hands the package over.
Okay.
And then she begins walking back towards the stairs.
This person that she gave it to, are they just sitting around or are they leaving too?
They have they're a merchant. They have a little stall out where they sell all sorts of things.
Hmm. Um, is it just kind of like hanging out, or do they like take it out to sell, or?
Well, they haven't taken it out yet.
Okay.
So are you going to continue to stake out?
I'm gonna stake out this stand.
Okay. So she begins making her way in the direction of the stairs, and you remain. After a little bit of time passes, the guy pulls out a big old case of bottled water from the bag and
Oh
puts
boy,
it out for sale.
that's not good. Okay, let's see. Does he? I don't have any money, do I? Crap. How many things of water are there?
Just 12.
12?
Or I guess it would be like 2 cases, so maybe 24, something.
And like, are they just like individual bottles, or are they just in a case?
Yep, individual bottles. They were in a big case, but he took them out and is selling them individually.
Okay, Oh boy, okay. Are they, okay, how are they arranged, these bottles?
They're, I don't know, arranged in a big old group.
Just like on the front of the stand, or?
Yeah, I guess. Reasonable.
Ugh, that's such a stupid idea. But that might cause things to go bad. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go kind of away from him. Kind of try and find a secluded area and like take off the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back up to the stand and just say hi to him, you know.
He says, "Hello, good sir.
Uh,
Care for a fresh water?
I mean,
It's an awful night tonight. Awful hot.
is it hot?
It's a little bit hot.
Okay. I mean, I don't have any money on me. So, I mean, I'm just looking.
Oh, well, I'm always open for trading, sir.
Trading, huh?
Absolutely.
I mean, what are you interested in?
Well, make me an offer."
Hmm. I look at my booze and cars magazines. No. What do you, how many cases, or how many bottles could I get for this Sweet Dreams jacket?
Really?
Hey, if he's interested, I'm willing to barter.
He says, "Well, I mean, that's a wonderful jacket, but I it's important to me that I sell this water to as many people as possible. I can't just have one person monopolize time. You understand, of course."
I mean, yeah, okay, I see. In that case, I do know some peeps that would be totally interested in buying this for a pretty good price. Someone
Oh?
somewhat rich, yeah. Comes from a kind of a royal family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I'd be willing to set a deal
Mm,
with him and you. I'm sure he's pretty thirsty.
you don't say. Who is this person?
Uh, he goes by the lawyer named Sherry Donovan.
Shared Oscu.
Sher Dasku.
He says, "You don't say. Where is he from?"
You know, that's a good question. Because I wish I knew that. Sigh. But, yeah, I don't know. I could totally set a deal up with him and him. I know he's got some of that dough in that pocket of his. It's a very big pocket.
He says, "Well, what do you want in exchange for this meeting?"
I mean, maybe a free sample. Just to, like,
Well,
give him a taste.
you know, it's a common thing people say there's no such thing as a free sample, but I think I can make an exception for you.
Okay.
And he says, "Here you go, sir.
Oh, why thank
You
you.
tell your friend to come by. Meet me anytime."
Alrighty.
And he hands you a bottle of water.
Well, have a nice day.
You too, good buddy.
And I'm going to rush as fast as I can to, I guess, maybe the police station?
Alright.
That's my only guess as to where they're gonna go.
So you begin rushing over to the police station. Meanwhile, let's hop back, and you can't tell them where you're going.
Nope.
You can just observe.
Well, I'm glad our first witness was shifty as all hell.
Oh yeah, that's simplified a lot of things. She probably is going to work on the 20th floor, but it's almost certainly not a bakery.
Also confirmed that she hasn't heard the real Van's voice. She's only heard the fake Van's voice, because he's been here for a while.
That's a very good source, like, incidental piece of information we got there.
Yep.
I should have thought about asking the dead person about if he sounded anything, but I just didn't even think about that.
Nor did I.
Also, annoyingly, it seems my reputation has been dragged through the mud well before the tower, so that's great.
Well, my thoughts are either she's lying to all hell, or there is some sort of mind control going on.
Eh.
I hadn't thought of that. It's not impossible.
Or just good old
Because
indoctrination.
she didn't seem to be lying at any of the points that were obviously false.
Yeah, but what if she's like a super mega spy?
She's
and
either a
used, like,
super
clear 20
If
or
she's
something?
a super mega spy, she wouldn't have made the amateurish mistake of trying to leave through the window.
Well, look, she's real good at lying, but nothing else.
The thing is, my suspicion is that I would normally go for the indoctrinated flunky position, but she grew up in the Bean Kingdom apparently,
Yeah.
and to get that level of misinformation there.
Also, when I mentioned the Purple Dawn, she had to be reminded, even though he's a huge deal. Like, you wouldn't forget that name if it's basically an urban legend.
No, it's too hilarious. Oh, they're back.
Alright.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Well then.
So yeah, what are you guys up to?
So how long has it been since we went to the factory?
Not that long, maybe an hour?
Okay, because we were waiting for the warrant, which was going to take like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
So now what?
None of the other people are, like, close, right?
No, not really. They're actually very distinctly dispersed.
I'm just going to sort of wander off from the group for a sec. Not far, just off off to an aside.
Does everyone else just let him do this?
No.
I raise my eyebrows at Van.
What are you doing, John?
I just wanted to check on something. It's not a problem.
Cool.
I just wanted to...
Let's check it together.
I'd rather not.
Oh, don't be like that, John.
You're such good friends.
Come on, what are you doing? You can tell me.
I just wanted to compare some notes that I have. These things on the back of the map with something I spotted over here, but it doesn't seem to have been anything important.
Oh, what'd you spot?
I thought I spotted some of the writing in this language, but apparently not.
Where?
Just scrawled on a wall somewhere.
Is that
like
so?
graffiti. I'm going to just wander back to the group at this point.
Yep, so that happened.
Now what? Presumably we're not going to just hang around for an hour.
Yeah, because it'll take more than an hour to do anything else.
Alright, so you're just gonna wait for her to come back?
I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so eventually Sharon returns. And she comes bearing a piece of paper.
I hope the foreman's happy.
She says, "Alright, I got us a warrant."
Can I make a specific effort to memorize what the warrant looks like?
Roll me an intelligence willpower check.
Great. Intelligence willpower. 8.
Well, you have the vague shape of it in your head.
Right. Annoyingly, rolled really high on one dice and really low on the other.
She says, "Alright, guys, got us a warrant. You want to go?"
Yes, let's head there right now.
Yes.
Alright, let's go. She goes over and knocks on the door again. The foreman comes back and he's like, "Hey,
We have a warrant.
oh, warrant. So that's what one looks like. Never seen one before. Pretty exciting.
It
So
is.
Do you want to come
So-
in?
Yes.
Very much so.
Alright, come on in. Give
I'm
you the
gonna-
grand tour.
I'm going to be making a specific effort to look for cases where someone has tried to hide something.
Same.
Alright.
Because they've had 2 hours in between knowing we want to turn up and actually having a look round. So I want to look for very carefully for where they've tried to hide things away or cover things up.
Or extremely clean places.
Yep, exactly, that sort of thing.
I'm gonna pay attention to the grand tour.
So you guys enter the factory building. And this is when Sturge, that thing that we just did, will happen.
All right.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
That's ominous.
So, yeah. You guys enter the building, and you see an enormous number of vats and pipes going everywhere, and workers all over the place, moving things around, turning things,
So what?
stirring things.
So what do you produce in this factory?
We don't produce anything. We purify the water.
I see. So that comes in from floors above, is that correct?
Well, in a sense.
Can we see where it comes in to the facility?
This is absolutely. Come follow me. He takes you down a couple corridors, turns around, and points at a pipe in the ceiling. He says, "Up there. That pipe goes into the walls of the tower, runs up to the top, brings the water down.
I
Now, the
assume
water doesn't come from up
I assume the
above,
pipe's
obviously.
opaque. Right. Can we see where?
So what happens is, we take the water from outside, we purify it on the way up, then the purest, most pure, cleanest water gets on the top floors, and we get the dregs.
I see. Can I see where? Can I see where this input pipe leads?
Leads up.
No, I mean on the other side, where it goes to in the facility.
You have to go to the sewers for that.
I mean, within this building, where does this pipe go? You say you take out the water and purify it. Where does that happen?
No. We send pure water up, and we get pure water down.
So what does this factory for if all it is a pipe?
No, we purify the water as it goes up. It's a multi-step purification
That's
process.
what I was asking. Where does that happen?
Oh, you want the vats. Come on, follow me. And he takes you out to the main floor, and he points to a number of vats out there, and he says, "This is where the water's brought in from the lake outside. And it goes in there, and we pour all sorts of chemicals in there to help purify it."
What lake and what chemicals?
Why, the lake outside the tower. Surely you had to cross the water to get here.
You see.
Hmm.
Fair enough. And what chemicals?
Well, we use a lot of iodine. Makes the water nice and pure.
I'm going to need a full list if it's possible for you to produce that.
Well, we use a lot of iodine. And we boil it.
I'm going to write this down.
So
Surely
we send
it's not.
pure water up.
Surely it's not just iodine you use to purify the water.
At this stage, it's just iodine. Iodine and boiling.
Hmm.
Makes things nice and clean.
I assume so far we haven't noticed any particularly clean areas.
Well, everybody roll me an alertness perception. Particularly investigation if you have it. Or criminal or anything like that.
I have knowledge lore, but that's not the same thing.
You could also roll alertness covert if you wanted.
Perception's better for me.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Ooh, I got a 5.
Alright, well, with the
Did not roll well.
17, you notice that there's a section of the floor that's sort of, there's a big old door, and it looks like no one's working in that area. All the other areas seem active, but the area around that door, and from what you can see through the windows across that door, there's, like, no one working.
I'm gonna point to the door and say, and what's that area over there?
Well, that's where the water comes back down. So we send the pure water up. Like I said, we get the dregs back.
Can we have a look at that?
Sure. Nothing special about that area.
Well, we'll be the judge
He
of
moves
that.
over
Let's
and
take
he
a look.
opens up the door. And when you go through, you see a number of vats and a pipe leading directly down into the floor.
So where does this water come from? Like, I know it comes from above, but where is the input pipe for that?
He points to the ceiling. He says, right up there. Comes straight from floor 6. Comes from floor 7,
So-
which comes from floor 8.
Presumably there's sort of a gap between where so presumably the pipe like leads into the vats or something like that.
Yes.
So can we like see what the liquid in there looks like?
He says, well, that's a difficult process. I have to shut down the water to all the lower floors to do that.
I raise up. I just sort of wave vaguely towards the warrant.
He says, well, sure, if you want. And he reaches over and he says, I'm only shutting it down for a second, though.
Well then,
He turns it off, and then he opens up the vat, and when you look inside, it's some nice, clean water.
Huh.
Do you have a thing where
Roll
we can
alertness
ride-
perception.
Oh, alright.
excellent.
And what were you asking, Rocco?
I got a 3, and
8
I was
again.
gonna ask, do you have a thing where we can like ride the pipe down?
He says, that's not really our sort of thing.
Surely
you
there
want
must
to talk
be
to a plumber
some.
for that.
Surely there must be somewhere performing maintenance on these heavy-duty pipes.
Well, go in the sewer occasionally, I guess. It's not
Can we
really what we do.
Can we access the
What
maintenance?
did you get, Van,
I got
for alertness
13.
perception?
I got
13?
8.
You notice that right near the bottom of the vat, there's like a small little cage sort of thing that seems to have been opened.
Huh. What's with the cage?
And he says, oh, that's just a filter. Don't worry too much about that.
A filter?
That doesn't look like a filter.
Yeah.
Well, it's a water filter.
Tell me, how exactly does that filter work?
Well, the water comes through, and if there's any big particulates, they get trapped. It's how we keep the water nice and
See, I'm inclined to disbelieve that.
I'm gonna sense lie with emotion bracelet.
Alright, go ahead.
10.
1 point would do it.
Yeah, sure.
He's clearly lying. And with the bracelet, you can sense that he's getting a little bit nervous.
Sir, are you aware how serious it is to lie during a court investigation?
Roll a charisma, intimidation check.
Formidable presence, yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
15.
He says, look. Okay. I mean, that's where we put the filter. There's no filter right now. It was just changed out recently.
I'm going to see if he's lying still. I want to see if he's lying. And I forget how
Alright.
How do you do that again?
Charisma perception.
Cool. That's what I thought. That's that. 14.
Yeah, he's lying.
Are you aware the penalty for lying during an investigation?
What do you want me to tell you?
The truth.
Like, what? This is what? What do you know, and what do you like? What do you? Why are you here? Why did you come here?
Exactly what we told you. We're investigating the connection of this facility to a case we are currently working. We would like you to cooperate.
And what is the case?
You are in no position to be asking questions.
Look,
Either you tell us
I
the
didn't wanna
truth or
do
you
it,
face the
okay?
consequences.
I didn't want to do it. I was told a couple weeks ago that I had to install a special filter there. I did. That's all.
And who instructed you to do this?
This person, he called himself the Purple Dawn.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
We're gonna have to confiscate said filter.
Yeah.
If you could.
We'll have to take
get
it in
out
as
for us.
evidence.
He says, all right, but just so you know, it doesn't, I'll give it to you if you let me go.
We'll put in a good word for you, for your cooperation.
Yeah, like we understand you're just following orders.
We
like,
understand that.
You're not. You yourself are not really involved in this case.
You yourself are not to blame for it. We will do our best to make that clear. Thanks to
Yeah,
your
our target
cooperation.
is significantly higher up the chain than you are.
Absolutely.
That's fine. All right, just follow me. And he brings you into the back room, and he looks in the trash, and he pulls out this sort of block that is just riddled with eggs.
Ugh.
Yeah. We know what happened.
Yep.
Yep.
He says, I didn't want to do this, but he threatened me.
You say he. Can we have a description?
Please.
Shy guy in purple had this weird symbol on his mask.
Can you describe his voice?
Sort of high pitched.
Squeaky?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I see.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your information. And your cooperation.
If this person comes back to you because he's wondering why this block was removed or whatever, mention to him the name Rescal.
What will that do?
I'm hoping that might lead him to seek us out, which would make our job a little bit easier.
And also, of course,
Okay.
deflect his attention from any ill will he may bear you, which we are hoping
Yeah,
is
like that. Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure to do that.
none. Thank you.
And I'm
Alright.
not in any real trouble, am I?
We've already forgotten we've been here.
Ah, thank goodness. Yeah,
We may
of
need to
course,
take
if
that
there's
filter
anything
as-
else you need.
We may need to take that filter as evidence, but otherwise...
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Here, take it.
Rezcal, do you want to
Disgusting
carry
thing, anyway.
Yeah, it's on me, I guess. I'll wrap it in parachute.
that? Yeah. I was going to say, you've still got that parachute, so...
Yeah. Egg block filter. Wrapped in parachute.
You did the right thing today, sir. Don't be ashamed.
I certainly hope so. Why are you dressed like that?
God, he's wearing the shark hat.
Just part of the uniform.
It's traditional shy guy lawyer garb.
I forgot he's wearing the shark hat.
All right, I guess.
Don't pay his attire too much mind. Be assured that we are professionals.
I would say the
I
same
guess.
for you.
And thank you very much for your cooperation.
Is there anything I can... If there's anything else you need, don't hesitate to ask.
You're sure you haven't left any details out?
No.
Just that blunt, like, no.
Honestly, I think this covers a lot of the bases that a lot of the things we were suspected we might find.
So, do you think there's another one of these egg filters in the police station?
No. I think you're just an idiot.
No.
End scene.
Right.
Oh,
I
we should
guess-
probably get this guy's name, because...
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Completely forgot about it.
It says, my name's Arnold.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to write that down, as I have a bit of paper with some notes from the water plant on it, which currently consists of iodine and Arnold. Well, thank you very much for your cooperation. You've done the right thing.
No problem. And yeah, when you guys exit back outside, you see that Jakey Boy is gone.
Maybe he's on the trace of the bean lady.
Clearly. Hopefully with success.
Man, I wanted to show him the gross egg block.
There's plenty of time for that.
So yeah, where are you guys headed?
I suppose we should head to the next closest person on the list.
That seems reasonable.
Whoever that may be.
Well, there's only one other person on floor 5.
Well, there then, I guess.
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
Let me see. That's Gilbert Rose.
Ah, well, the roses.
Excellent.
Okay, let's grab Sharon and head over there then.
Alright. You head over, and it's a 3 or 4 hour walk, really. Because it's right across town.
That's fine, we've got time.
But you get there eventually. At this point, it's quite late at night. And you reach another hut sort of built into the wall of the building. And on the front is just a rose. A little picture of a rose.
Oh, okay.
How quaint.
I knock.
Someone and this young looking shy guy comes up. Answers the door and he says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Does their voice sound squeaky?
Not really.
Okay.
Kind of high, but it's not squeaky.
Hello, are you Gilbert Rose, perchance?
Perchance I am, good friend. How are you doing tonight? It's late.
Oh yes, apologies for the time.
Apologies for the lateness, yes.
We were
Of course, anything for a new friend.
hoping if we could ask you some questions regarding the Purple Dawn.
Oh, the Purple Dawn. I identified him in a photograph.
Yes. Would you mind if we come in?
Oh, absolutely. My living room's just over there. Why don't you sit down?
Okay. I'm gonna nudge John to, give him the look to keep an eye on him.
I'm keeping an eye on him anyway. I'm not letting him get out the window.
Yeah. I
already
go-
have my suspicions as to what's going on, so...
Yeah. I'll go into the living room.
Same.
Alright, he shows you all into the living room, and then he joins you and takes a seat.
Okay.
He says, "So
As
what's
before,
going on?" Oh, as before what?
Yeah, I'm not sitting. I'm standing at the entrance of the living room, blocking the way.
Assuming the position.
That's fine.
Good.
He says, well, what's going on with the Purple Dawn? I heard you guys captured him.
Yes, the police did apprehend him.
That's good.
So, what exactly is your involvement in the matters?
Well, I used to live on floor 4. I saw the Purple Dawn a number of times. So when I heard that they captured him, I was very happy. They showed me some photographs and I identified him.
So, you've only seen the Purple Dawn within the confines of the tower prior?
Oh, of course.
How long would you say he's been around here?
Oh, I don't know, a week or 2?
And did you know anything of his reputation beforehand, or?
Oh, no, not really. Once the police told me some of the things he's known for, I got pretty scared, but thankfully I was there to identify them when they showed me the pictures.
So presumably, you've met the Purple Dawn or seen the Purple Dawn before.
Oh yeah, around here and there.
Have you ever heard him speak?
Not really.
So you wouldn't be able to
I
recognize
just-
his voice. You wouldn't be able to tell me what he sounds like.
No. I just saw him running away from the scene of the crime.
And which crime is this?
Well, he stabbed someone in an alleyway.
Were you witness to this, or did you just hear about it?
Well, I heard the person scream, and then I saw Purple Dawn run away with a knife.
Did you happen
I
to
see.
see what kind of knife?
It was kind of a squiggly knife.
From a distance.
I show her the drained magic knife I'm carrying.
Oh yeah, you have that.
Is it similar to this?
This is Sharon's knife?
Yes.
The other Sharon. I'm getting confused with Sharon's now.
He looks and he says, no, nothing like this.
Interesting. So you'd never heard of the Purple Dawn before now?
No, not till the police told me who he was.
Okay, so how did you know how to recognize the Purple Dawn if you didn't know who he was?
Well, the police put out an APB. I answered it.
I see.
They said they were looking for a shy guy. I gave a description, so I showed up and I told them what I'd seen. And then I identified him in the photograph.
I see. And what was the description they gave?
A shy guy in a mask with a sun on it, wearing purple.
I see.
So you lived at the level 4, right?
Yeah, until the quarantine.
So, like, a week or so before the quarantine, do you recall a bunch of people, both shy guys and beans, offering free samples of water?
Well, I mean, yeah, I helped distribute some free water when I was down there.
Oh?
And how did you get this job, this role of distributing water?
Well, I volunteer for an organization.
Which organization?
It's called... Oh, fuck, let me look up the name. I have it down. It's called Water Freedom.
I'm going to note this down.
And are they...
It's a bunch of people who volunteer to help bring fresh water to the lower floors.
And do you know anyone who might be higher up in the chain in this? So someone who might run this company or manage part of it, like the person you spoke to,
Well,
for example, to volunteer.
I mean, Myself and my siblings, we're all pretty high up in it. I help manage and recruit new volunteers. My
I see.
brothers, they help secure the water and manage who distributes it and where.
And there are bean people involved in the distribution of this water, correct? Or were?
We have all sorts of people.
Just checking. Let me see.
About how long is this like a new organization, or has it been around for a while?
Oh, it's been around for at least a couple months.
Have there been any changes in the structure of the organization recently?
Not really.
Do you know who heads the organization? Who's right at the top?
Well, we don't really have a head of the organization. We're more of a collective. So we have people who head various tasks.
Who is it?
For example, I help recruit people.
Who's the head of task of distributing free samples on floor 4 recently?
Well, there's not someone who's head of floor 4 specifically, but my brother Albin, he tells the people where to go.
I see. And where do these water samples come from?
Oh, well, for that you gotta talk to Lewis. He is our supplier. He heads our, well, not our supplier, but he secures all of our supplies.
I see.
Interesting.
So, just gonna, for a moment here, I'm just gonna show you this. Tell me if this reminds you of anything. And I just, just slide a part of the parachute away from the block. Let them see the egg block for a few seconds.
He throws up.
Nice.
He says, I've never seen anything like that before. What the hell? Who the hell are you?
Apologies for the distressing sight.
Can I check to see if that was genuine throwing up?
Roll a charisma perception.
8.
You can't tell.
From a distance.
Yeah, sorry about the distress there, but that is a key component of the investigation.
What's all this about?
We're investigating certain allegations against the Purple Dawn, trying to make sure all of the facts come to light.
Well, I hope you punish him. That guy killed a lot of people.
Allegedly.
So we keep hearing. But we feel there's a bit more to it than a simple killing spree.
You think he had an accomplice?
Possibly more. Possibly. We're looking into all possibilities.
Well, if there's anything you need, just know I've got your back.
Thank you.
A way to contact that person you met that was overseeing the resupply.
I believe we already have his contact details.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have the contact details of both of your brothers, I think.
Oh, well, that's good then.
Well, thank you very much for your cooperation with this investigation.
Yes, and apologies for any distress caused.
Of course, no problem. Anything to help the boys in blue.
He's referring to our cool shark.
He pauses and looks very serious, and he says, and girls in blue.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and apologies again.
No problem. Anything I can do to help. And he gives you a salute. He says, be seeing you.
I nod slightly to him and I guess leave.
Have a good night, sir.
I suspect he genuinely didn't know a lot about what was going on.
Hmm.
However,
Yeah.
he did give us information on his two brothers. My suspicion is that his brother Albin, who is distributing, is in a similar position, but his brother Lewis, who's sourcing the water, may have some more information for us.
Yeah, that should be the guy we go to next.
Hmm.
Alright. Well, it is getting late. It's like 1 a.m. for Raukal.
Mm-hmm.
So
6 a.m.
we
for
might want to
me.
call it here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That was a weirdly productive session.